Oh my God. God, I'm good looking. Look at this face. Mm. Mm. All right, enough. Um, On to my topic. I'm actually not going to do a fragrance review. I'm going to talk about something else. I'm not going to bash the left. Yeah, better not. I'll save that for tomorrow. Something actually more important that I want to talk about. Two of my favorite things, two of my favorite topics in the fragrance community is independent houses, independent perfumers, and new or newer fragrance reviewers and why we should support them. Those are two big, huge things with me. Um, I've been supporting independent houses, independent perfumers, new and newer fragrance reviewers for as almost as long as I've been in the fragrance community. And I think it's extremely important for everybody in the fragrance community to support these people. Why? Let's start with independent houses and independent perfumers. Why should we support them? A couple of reasons. Um, Usually, independent houses are the houses that come out with the most creative, most unique, most unusual fragrances that we have in the fragrance community. Um, they take risks. And it looks like the designer houses like Dior and Chanel, it looks like it would be those guys to take risks and to be the most creative and take the most risk and be the most unusual because they have so much money in their company and they have investors and they have backers. So if they happen to take a risk and it doesn't work, no big deal. They have billions of dollars to cover their butt. So it looks like they would be the ones to mostly take risks and chances, but they're not. They play it safe. They do mass pleasing, safe. Everybody loves me fragrances, but it's the people that don't have all the money, all the backers, all the investors, all the money in the bank. They're the ones who take a risk. They're the one who takes chances on being the most creative and unique. And if if something happens to them, they're screwed because they don't have a parent company. They don't have all these investors and backers and billions of dollars in the bank. So if something happens to them, they're screwed. They could go bankrupt. They could lose their business, which means they could lose their house and everything else. And those are the guys who take the risks and chances. That's one reason we should support them. There's a lot of times that I have certain fragrances that I want to buy. Some are designer, some are independent. Most independent houses, the fragrances that they have are more expensive than the designer houses, but I'd rather spend twice as much money and buy something more creative and unique from an independent house than buying something maybe more mass pleasing and a lot more inexpensive from a designer house. I'll spend twice as much money and put that money into an independent house because I'm showing my support for them. That's what I do. Um, and yeah, that's two of the main reasons is because they come out with the most creative stuff. They take the most risk. They take the most chances, and they have the most beautiful fragrances of some of the fragrances that I have in my entire collection. Um, well, what about fragrance reviewers like new and newer fragrance reviewers? Why would we support them? What have they ever done for me? Well, I have a couple of examples and reasons. It is so difficult to start doing this. Not just fragrance reviewing on YouTube, starting your channel, making your first few reviews, but anything like this. But as far as fragrance reviewing, it is so hard to do this. To start your channels, to figure out everything about. When I first started out 3 years ago, I had no idea what to say. I didn't know how to act. I was terrified because I have social anxiety. I'm an introvert. I have phobias about speaking in public. And knowing that a lot of people were going to be watching me, I was absolutely terrified. I was terrified and scared to death my first 50 videos. It got easier the more I did it, the longer I did it. But man, the first 20 reviews, I was shaking in my boots. I was terrified. And if it wasn't for people supporting me and encouraging me and being positive with me and saying, for your first review, you did so well. Keep going. Do not quit, because everybody knows I was terrified. I was like, I can't do this. I'm scared to death. I didn't know how to act, didn't know what to say, didn't know how to say it. But there was a lot of people that supported me, and it was like, keep going. Do not quit. I'll come and find you and beat your ass if you quit. You're doing great. If it wasn't for all those people that supported me, and thank you if you're one of those people, if it wasn't for those people, I would have quit after my first review. I would have probably deleted that review and never started again if it wasn't for people that supported me, because it is extremely important to support those people, because if you've never done anything like this, if you've never tried it, you don't know how terrifying it is, especially if you have some kind of phobia like I did. It was terrifying, and it takes a lot of guts to do this. So that's a reason to support new and newer fragrance reviewers. And plus, they're going to be the future. New and newer fragrance reviewers, if they don't quit after their first or second review, if they keep going like I did, they're the future of fragrance reviewers. So it's good to support them now and encourage them. New and newer fragrance reviewers are more important, or just as important as well-established fragrance reviewers that has thousands. I don't have thousands. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I only have 1,200 subscribers, but that's not why I do it anyway. I don't do it for subscribers anyway. But I consider myself well-established, or established as far as fragrance reviewer. And the other fragrance reviewers, I think most of them would agree with me. The ones that's already well established, concentrate on the newer fragrance reviewers instead of us guys that are already set and are okay. Go to them, go to the new fragrance reviewers and support them and encourage them, because I'm doing okay, and I think most of the other guys are doing okay. So go to them and go support them. They need your help and encouragement more than I do or the other guys do. And plus, most of those guys are fun to watch. Some of the newer guys and girls that are just started doing fragrance reviews, because they're so excited. They're so excited to talk about fragrances. It's fun to watch their energy. It really is. One of my all-time favorite fragrance reviewers, she's not real new, but I think she only has around 500 subscribers or something. But she's one of my favorite fragrance reviewers because she is so excited about talking about fragrances. She wants everybody to know about her fragrances. And you could see the happiness in her face when she talks about fragrances. That's one reason I like her so much. And she's so honest. A lot of the new fragrance reviewers are so honest about everything, and it's just a joy to watch them. As a matter of fact, if you have an independent house or an independent perfumer, or if you like a new fragrance reviewer, make sure you put their information down in the comment section, like a link or their name or something like that, so other people can check them out. Um, because a lot of independent houses and a lot of new fragrance reviewers, a lot of people do not know about them. Um, so I like to spread the word about certain people and certain companies. Um, if people don't do that, a lot of people never find out about certain things. So if you support an independent house, independent perfumer, or new or newer reviewer, put their name or link in the comment section so other people can go to them and check them out, and they can start supporting them. So do that. And if you think of any other reason why we should be supporting these people, um, put that down also. If I happen not to mention something and you think of something, actually put that down in the comment section also. But anyway, that is it for my topic of the day today. Make sure you support these people. It is very important for the fragrance community. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.